Hi Aquarius, welcome to your deep love read for September 2020. I hope you guys are doing great today. Let's get right into things. We're going to start with a yes/no question having to do with love. Those of you who are new, welcome, welcome. The way the yes/no reads go is that you're going to create a question in your mind, and now it's got to be one question having to do with relationship that would require a yes/no neutral kind of answer. You want to say that one question the same way in full sentence format 3 times, and you want to say it in a very relaxed state, as relaxed as you can get, while I shuffle the cards. Now, obviously, if you're driving a car, listening to this or something like that, obviously, I understand you can't listen, you can't watch the cards, so just listen to them shuffle, okay? I'm going to pull 3 cards to formulate the final answer. Messages for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Messages for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Messages for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Messages for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Messages for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay. We're going to pull this up as a little helper energy here. 7 of Pentacles, putting in the work. Putting in the work. All right. It's question number 1, okay? The Hermit is a neutral card. Neutral. Explain what that means. The second, the 3 of Wands. This is a yes card. Third, 2 of Wands, a second yes card. So we have 2 yeses and a neutral, which means yes, but something needs to be addressed first. Something needs to be paid attention to. Now with the 7 of Pentacles, I mean, even if you just look at the depiction in the card, you could see that this is about creating the roots in a situation. It's about putting in the hard work. It's a Saturn and Taurus energy. Taurus is the earth. Saturn is about putting in the hard work, right? So it's in a very practical way, putting in the hard work to create something, creating the foundation of something. So let's pull 2 qualifiers for the Hermit energy. So the Hermit is a Virgo energy. So the Hermit is about, in relationship, you may be on a break right now, or you may be in a situation where you guys are not together a lot. It's about taking the mental space to do a lot of thinking about whatever situation is going on. But it can mean going it alone right now, because that is the rightful path for you right now in this moment. Or it can mean working privately on a relationship, meaning some sort of like discreet situation. If you're in some sort of, I'm not judging, I'm just saying, like, that's what it means. I always say, everybody, do you, be you, whatever, I'm just here to, I'm like the telephone here, right? So the Hermit, that is what the Hermit energy does indicate. So, King of Cups and the 8 of Swords to clarify the Hermit. Then we have the 6 of Wands, beautiful. We have the 3 of Wands as the clarifiers there. There's some pain going on here. 2 of Wands clarifying is the 7 of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Okay. All right, so let's see how this goes. So we have this Hermit energy, so maybe going it alone for a minute, maybe not being in, or even if you're with a person, you could feel kind of in your own sense of isolation, very much in your own head, Aquarius, very much in your own head about the relationship, doing a lot of deep introspective thinking. Again, this could also mean if you're in some sort of private situation, working privately on your relationship. We have the King of Cups energy. King of Cups is Libra and Scorpio. Libra is about partnerships. It rules that 7th house of partnerships, right? And Scorpio is about how we connect with others. It's about transformation, though, in this area, right? Because in the 8th house, it's how we show up when we blend with other people. So we have this transformation going on in partnership with somebody who knows exactly what needs to happen. So you either need to, this is the energy surrounding that you need to jump on board with, Aquarius, or this is you, or this is the energy that you're dealing with, okay? Because whenever we have a court card, meaning a king, a queen, page, knight, prince, princess, anything like that, we always have to interpret it as a general energetic influence, your energy, or someone else's energy. But it doesn't really matter. The energy here is just about there being this recognition that there's going to be some sort of transformation that's going on within the relationship. Doesn't mean a bad thing at all. King of Cups is a very positive thing. It means allowing and connecting and loving in a way that's going to really be very supportive of the transformation. But something that needs to be considered as this transformation is going on, and something that I feel like you are thinking about, is, do I even belong in this situation? Is this the right person for me? Is this the best thing for me? Or this could be your partner thinking this about you. Or again, not to repeat myself, but the energies could always be vice versa. But that's what the Eight of Swords means. The Eight of Swords is feeling like, I'm not sure if I belong in this anymore. I felt at home here at once, but I don't know. I'm not feeling it, and kind of being in that space of being like, almost feeling too like somebody is thinking or feeling things that they're not telling you 100% about, really is very important to mention in this energy as well, because I usually give the example of somebody being like an office environment, and everybody in your office goes into like the boss's office and they don't invite you, and you come out, you're like pretty sure everybody was talking about you and everybody's being a little weird, a little left to center, but you can't really pin it. So it could be that. You could be vibing that there is some sort of something going on in the relationship, or you might be feeling differently. So we have the Three of Wands, and Three of Wands are great energy, Sun in Aries. This is about really being called forward onto a path that's right in front of you that you feel really excited about. So this could be really just wanting to focus on the rest of your life, having to do with work and different experiences and travel and the relationship, of really trying to figure out what all of that means, right? And in figuring out what that means, all of that means, we have to work through the Six of Wands and the Three of Swords energy. I mean, these are two very different energies, okay? We have the Three of Swords, which is the card of pain. Now, a lot of times, a lot of readers just interpret this as being a card of a third-party situation. It could mean so much more than that, because it's a Saturn in Libra. So Saturn is about restriction, delay, karma, like just feeling held back, really feeling like held back, held down. There could be disappointment. There could be betrayal here, a feeling of betrayal having to do with relationship, because Libra is, again, about partnerships. But it's about what's fair in partnerships as well. Like, we have to remember that. While Libra is the landlord of the 7th house, and it's ruled by Venus, the glyph is also the scale. So it's like, is everything in this relationship equitable? Is everybody showing up in an equitable way, having to do with resources, having to do with communication, having to do with intimacy, having to do with all of that? Is it equitable or is it not? And is somebody being made to feel less than, whether it's intentionally or not? So it's this pain. There is this pain that needs to be mitigated. But then we have the Six of Wands, and the Six of Wands is all about going through some deep challenges, but having success on the other side of it. In the traditional Rider-Waite, the Six of Wands is the soldier who comes back from the war after, beating the bad guy and keeping everybody safe, and everybody's like, go you, right? So it's about the success, and it's about this respect that's gained and all of that, right? But it's only after having gone through something really challenging. So I feel like this could be the challenging thing that you need to go through in order to incite this new path, okay, of this beautiful energy of the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands, again, is being called for, like you're being called forth by somebody. But like there's another energy that's there that you're being called by you're basically being called by the future to be like, come on, let's go, And then we have the Two of Wands. Yeah, okay. So when we have the Two of Wands, this is Mars in Aries, and there's a very strong desire to just get going on a path, to just get going. But you're confused. You're confused because of all the options that you have right now, Aquarius. You really are. Like Seven of Cups is, it's in Five of the Cups. You don't know what's in Two. And you feel absolutely that there's change here, right? Because this is Venus and Scorpio. Again, Scorpio is about transformation. You feel a cycle ending here. There's no question. But the level of confusion is that you don't have all the information. You don't know how things are going to go. You really don't. And that deeply bothers Aquarius energies I feel like more than any other energy when you have this kind of issue. I'm just going to say that. Why? Because you guys are ruled by Uranus. And what's Uranus? Uranus is the future. You guys are the future. So when you don't have clarity about the future, it really bothers you. It really does. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Yeah. So the issue here, though, with the Seven of Cups is you want to make sure that you're not wearing rose-colored glasses in any way, shape, or form. When you're thinking about this new path, you're paying attention to all the red flags, all of that, because we do have the Ace of Cups. We do have this brand new offering of love. We have this beautiful offering of love. Now, I want to go back here and I want to address this for just our single friends. Single friends, you are alone right now. You're in the single space. You are really in a space, though, of understanding what it is that you want, but feeling like you can't quite find the right person that you like. It's like you know what you want, but you can't find it. But yet you feel like you're being beckoned and called forward into this like new reality. You feel like this, but some of you may still be nursing a broken heart from a past relationship. And you'd be very focused on having a successful relationship this time and only being with somebody who is able to give you the respect that you need. So now that you have all of that in place emotionally, you're very focused on opening up this door, but you're just not sure where to go because there are a lot of options, and a lot of the options seem very sparkly and pretty and all of that. But at the end of the day, there may not end up being as many options as you really think. But then we have the Ace of Cups, which means that once you address all of this and put to bed any past hurts, past issues, this does indicate being able to have this new beginning. For those of you who are single, for those of you in a space where you were with somebody, you guys maybe, and you're not anymore, you guys were broken up, things didn't seem right, you guys, there were realizations about what was necessary to incite this new path. You guys had to call into light the Three of Swords energy. As the Three of Swords energy, whatever's happening here is going to be discussed, which is good because you're shining some light on it. So some light needs to be shined on who feels who was unfair in what way. And there needs to be some sort of respect established or reestablished so that there can be success had in this connection. And then you guys have to figure out together what this next path is going to be like. But you have to understand that you're not going to have all the information yet. Why? Because we have 5 major planets retrograde. Even though everybody's going to be unknotting themselves throughout the fall, we're not there yet. So whatever you think is real may not be, but you guys are going to be very ready, willing, and able to have this new beginning. And for those of you in a relationship already where you guys have not been broken up, maybe you're just on a little bit of a wonky cycle, my first interpretation really does incite that, where you're not really sure, like, is this even what I want? I don't know. I feel like they're not showing up really in the way that I want them to. I'm feeling very called on this new path in this new direction, but yet you still have this love and, you want to bring this person with you, but you also want to feel good about it. So there definitely needs to be this communication so that this new beginning, this Ace of Cups energy can happen for you. So that's how the yes-no at this point would read. Now let's pull some Lenormand, and the Lenormand energies, and also I'm going to pull a past, present, challenge, and outcome. Those could piggyback on these cards or not. It could be just like a separate little read. But yeah, that Seven of Pentacles card that came out, that does indicate that whatever you're going to decide is going to require a lot of hard work from you. So it's not going to be like anything that's easy peasy sort of thing. All right, let's see what the Lenormand have to say. Communication coming in. Something about the truth. You got the dog. You ultimately already know what to do. Ultimately, inside of you, you know the answer. You may be looking for validation from a longtime friend, a therapist, and don't laugh at this, and even like energetically like an animal. And I know that sounds silly to a lot of you, but I know a lot of you do relate with that from an energetic level. Okay. We have child. Yep. We have the fox. Second reading I got about this. This is very interesting. house got something like this. Okay, Aquarius. So this is really calling forth for your partner or you, because the energies could be really flip-flop, to be really, really honest about how you view this relationship. Because we have in the center of it, we have duplicity here. Let's start from the beginning. Having to do with the letter has to do with the truth coming in some way. It could be through literally snail mail, email, text message, some sort of message coming in. It could just be some sort of epiphany that you're having. But whatever it is, it's a truth that you already know about. You already know. But you may need validation. Some of you may not. But then we have this idea of the child. Now, the child could indicate an actual child. So the duplicity here could be somebody maybe lied about wanting to have kids, or somebody lied about, now hang with me for a second. Child in astrology is found in the 5th house, which Leo is the landlord of the 5th house. What happens in the 5th house? A lot of things. It's where we find children. It's also where we find romance, love affairs, how we connect with our partner on a Monday through Sunday. It is the ability to, it is the act of sex, which has nothing to do with children, so please don't be creepy with that interpretation, but that is all 5th house energies. It's our creativity. It's what we really want, right? So when we have the fox here looking back at this with just the child, a couple of things could be happening. Either you, Aquarius, could be not being really honest with yourself and with your partner about what it is that you want, need, and desire in this romance, or what you want, need, and desire in as far as creativity and as far as like moving forward and what you really want, right? 5th house is what you really want. It's a very me based house, right? And not in a selfish way, but it's just a very me-based house. You may be, right, because this always means saying one thing and doing another. So you may be not telling the truth, or you might be dealing with an energy who's not being absolutely truthful. But let's just stick with it. You not being 100% honest. It's like, it's almost bothering you though, where you want to be in this relationship, but yet you know there's something about it that's inhibiting you from being able to go on this path that you feel like you're meant to go on without the person. But it's inciting in you to say that you want, need, and desire things that you don't fully do, and you're being called to tell the truth, and you know you need to. Because then we have the scathe, and the scathe cuts out whatever follows it, right? Wherever the point goes, which is the moon. And the moon is all about emotions, and it's about getting deep and really cutting out what it is that you've been thinking inside of yourself and bringing out whatever is underneath up into the light so that it can be discussed. So this is really about honesty, right? So you being really honest about what you want, need, and desire in this relationship. And I feel like if you are, it's going to be well received. This could also be you dealing with an energy that's having that same that experience. Or I do have to say that some of you may be dealing with an energy, somebody's not being 100% honest about what they, it all comes down to the same thing, about what they want in that relationship. You know, maybe they don't really want kids. Maybe they don't really want to, do something, build that house, start that business, have that baby, do whatever it is, right? Whatever it is. The 5th house is big, and so it's anything that we create. So I feel like some honesty is necessary here. But even honest with yourself, right? Because we have the white feather pen, and that represents truth. Past. Past, the unknown card. Confusion in the past. Thinking you knew what you want, really not sure. The Ace of Swords right now. One epiphany after another. Challenge is the Strength card. Outcome is the Two of Wands, okay? Good. I see you guys kind of working through something here, honestly. Because it looks like you've been confused, and now that there is some sort of epiphany, because the Ace of Swords is all about ideas going off, the light bulbs popping, epiphanies going on, some sort of new information coming in that's going to change the situation. The challenge here, though, is the Strength card, which means, and this is the Leo energy, Leo going back to this. is Leo is the landlord of the 5th house, which has to do with the kids, the romance, everything that we were saying. So this could be the challenge here, is in working through that element, right, in a very honest way. That's going to resonate with some of you. Others of you, the challenge might be in being really open and honest about it, right? But you have to be that way, right? Because Leo's a very open-hearted energy. It's putting yourself out there. It's allowing yourself to be seen, Aquarius. So you need to allow yourself to be seen. This is really, really important. And allow yourself to be vulnerable and not get tripped up in your ego and not get tripped up in any of that stuff. Right? Now, for others of you, it could also be the kind of situation where you're very attracted to your partner, and every time you guys might be in a wonky period and you might have a lot of issues, and every time you get together, you end up, you know, maybe being intimate instead of having some really productive conversation in order to address the issue. So that is something that you need to be mindful of with this energy, particularly when it's in the challenge position. Right? Also, somebody just may need their ego stroked a little bit. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. Somebody might be feeling rather vulnerable right now. But the outcome is very positive. One of my favorite minor arcana is 2 of Wands, Mars and Aries. You know, Mars is a fighter energy. Again, really wants to get in there and bring us onto that new path. So I see there is definitely some change going on here, but I see a really healthy, beautiful sort of evolution of the relationship happening once there is absolute honesty. Absolute bearing one's soul, letting one be seen. Not the easiest energy for anyone. I don't care. We think we are. We're like, we always want, like, right? I mean, I always say, I like to think that we're all really like good people with good intentions, really, at the end of the day. We're not masochistic, I like to say, but sometimes we don't even realize why we're not comfortable being open and honest. A lot of times we don't even understand that about ourselves, because sometimes it's really, really deep. But the message here is things are going to go beautifully if everybody's honest. So let's see what the cards say, the oracles. You make me feel a kind of anxiety I have never known, yet desired in a way I have never known. That's an interesting energy. You show me a stability and security I've never known. I'm shuffling the hell out of these cards, and I feel like, who got these 2 in a row? I don't remember. Maybe Taurus? Maybe Taurus. I'm so insecure that I am in need of constant external validation. I know it's messed up, but it's why I do what I do. So yeah, somebody is dealing with some insecurity here who needs validation. Doesn't mean that they go with other people. It can, but it doesn't have to mean that. It could just mean that maybe they do silly things to get attention, you know. All right, let's pull some Island Time Wellness. Lightning. Sudden change, shocking news, surprise epiphany, upheaval, transformation. Heart with the key. Welcoming love, meeting the one, opening your heart. Yeah, letting yourself be seen. I do feel like that here. Coffee cup. Getting together, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, friendship. Yeah, getting in touch with the stuff that really matters and the connection, for sure. Coffee cup. Getting down to the basics. Just talking, savoring the moment, embracing the friendship in this connection. Absolutely. Now, let's see which energy you need to tap into inside of yourself to help you through September as far as relationship goes. Aquarius. Mercury, communication, yes. Yes, we like communication. Mercury. Mercury is the rule of the 3rd house and the 6th house. 3rd house is communication. 6th house has to do with your day-to-day. Has to do with your health, your mental, physical, emotional health. So really, and Mercury also ruling Gemini is also about learning, right? So we have words, thoughts, analysis, learning, awareness, visions, perception, right? Really tapping into your ability to communicate, you know? Really doing that. Okay, my friends, that is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful for you in some way. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'll see you guys in a few days when I come back to do the mid-September tarot and astrology read. Until then, see you then. Bye-bye.